Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Telstar High School Girls Basketball. Tonight, as our Telstar home girls squaring off against the Buckfield Bucks. Before we begin, we've got the big comfy seat raffle. I have the winning ticket. This person gets to sit on the couch and bring a friend. The winning number is 642186. That's 642186. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to our starting lineups. Starting off with the Bucks. Freshman number 2, Taylor Harvey. Junior number 11, Chloe Bennett. Junior number 14, Alyssa Bratton. Junior number 15, Saray Gibbon. And senior number 22, Kaya Treadwell. Now let's put them together for your hometown Rebels. We'll start them off with senior number 5, Riley Cooper. Sophomore number 14, Andy Kimball. Junior number 4, Bruce Charette. Junior number 31, Tasia Record. And sophomore number 1, Maya Buck. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I ask you to rise and remove your headgear for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello everybody and welcome to Western Hills Access Television, Telstar Girls Varsity Basketball. We're broadcasting live from Bethel, Maine. My name's Andrew Whitney and I'm here joined by my brother Danny Whitney. And we have Josh and Brooks Morton on the camera. First game of the season. Danny, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I expect to see some first game jitters, but also a lot of excitement from both teams. Probably some high energy here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a first game playing Buckfield, obviously right down the street. So I believe they're in a new division this year, so we may see Buckfield more often now than we used to. Well, there's your first game hitters, I think you were talking about.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're out there in the first game of the year, you forget the basics. And quick backcourt violation there to start the game.
So for starting lineups for Telstar, we have Riley Cooper, Addie Kimball, Viv Charette, Taja Wego, and Maya Buck on the court. And for Buckfield, the Buckfield Bucks, we have Taylor Harvey, Chloe Bennett, Alyssa Breton, Kaya Trenworth, and we couldn't hear the other one, so I'll figure that out here.
Both teams looking a little clustered here to start, but
a couple extra steps there. Yeah, the Rebels with a turnover there, the Bucks with a couple turnovers. I believe the other starter for Buckfield is Devon, but I'm not quite sure about that, if my paperwork's correct.
Yeah, I have Sarah Devon. Yep.
Is that the first shot of the game?
First shot of the game, still looking for our first points here. Just over a minute in.
Good job by the Rebels, number 14. Addie Kimball to get her hands in the passing lane there. This will be Viv Charette bringing the ball up for Telstar. And Buckfield returns the favor. Yeah. A lot of turnovers here so far.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's to be expected in the first game of the year, so we'll see if they can clean it up a bit.
Oh, good job there by the Rebels to get that ball back and not travel on that. It's almost impossible not to travel when you're on the floor.
Yeah, it looks like both teams need to slow things down a little bit and try to get some more spacing, limit some of these turnovers here. A lot of quick passes from the Rebels that just aren't getting to where they're trying to get to.
Yeah, I think that was the right idea, but the pass wasn't there. Just too many hands in the way.
It's a good back cut there.
Well, Bucks missed a good opportunity with that one. It's a beautiful pass there by number 11.
First shot for the Bucks.
Rebels just got to make better passes here. A lot of panic in their pass, I think. Nope. Yeah, that was a good baseline move by Wego, and just couldn't get it to fall. Rebels appear to be in a man-to-man defense here, half-court man. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you explain that rule to our listeners?
Yeah, so that's the high school version of a shot clock, essentially. So if you have a defender up on you, you need to either be making move towards the basket or
pass the ball.
Or pass the ball or shoot within 5 seconds when you're outside the three-point line, essentially.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because you don't see that called very often. As the Bucks get to turn over and push it down court and lose it out of bounds.
Yeah, I expect we might see it called a few more times tonight with the way things have started here, but Bucks are also in a half-court man D.
Charette bringing the ball up again, and gets pressure. Bucks with a breakaway layup. And gets gets the rebound there. It was 14 for Buckfield. They got the rebound. Couldn't get it back up there. Alyssa Breton got that board. Well, the last few minutes, there's been a couple decent looks by both teams, but they haven't got it to fall.
Yeah, it's good to see some shots get up, but getting back to the basics, using the backboard when they're down low, try to get something to fall. Almost halfway through the first. Still looking for our first points of the game.
Well, at some point, those shots are going to fall for one team or another.
They might have got away with a step there.
Yeah. We won't say it too loud, though. We don't want the officials to hear us. I agree with Coach Newell on that one. A little bit of a bump there caused that travel, but...
Good job by the Bucks, though, to take advantage of the sideline, use a double team to create a third defender to trap the Rebels there and force that turnover.
I think both teams have had trouble when there's pressure on the ball.
Good look there, but not able to capitalize.
Number 1. There we go. That's an and 1. First points of the game. Gonna go to Buckfield. Yeah, that's
Sarah Devon with the bucket. Got a chance for a three-point play here.
Man, I can't see who that foul was on. It looks like number 31 for Telstar. So I don't seem to have a 31.
Yeah, Taya Lego.
Okay, that's number, yep, 31 for Lego. Telstar gets a decent look, but can't get that to fall. That was Charette with the look there. Buckfield, a wide open man underneath.
Good pass there.
Another bucket there for Buckfield, number 11, Chloe Bennett.
Yeah, good job by Buckfield looking ahead when taking the ball up the court, able to get an easy layup.
Buckfield with another breakaway layup here. Telstar's going to have to get back. Buckfield kicks it out for a 3. It's a good look.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out Buckfield's D. They're doing a good job double teaming and getting pressure on the ball. They actually might be in some sort of a 1-2-2 zone.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering there. We've seen the point defender for Buckfield kind of jump off and follow the ball around.
Yeah, it looks like they're in maybe a 3-2 or a 1-2-2, and that number 2, Taylor Harvey's doing a nice job moving around and trapping the ball and creating those Rebel turnovers.
Get Addison Smith and Emma Hooper checking in for the Buckfield Bucks. Buckfield with a good look again. Telstar gets the rebound.
Ooh, a lot of contact there, but Buckfield's going to get the call with a jump.
And that's 12. Caddy Kimball checking in for the Rebels. Rebels still in a man, it looks like. Almost get a turnover there. 4-0 Bucks.
Good take. Foul there on number 3, Quinn Coolidge, I believe.
It's going to be Finnegan for the Bucks going to the line for 2 shots here. Buckfield with a 4-0 lead over the Rebels. First free throw made of the night here at Telstar. And misses the second one. Buckfield gets the rebound though. Telstar, you can't allow that to happen. It's going to be Telstar ball there, but Buckfield basically had 2 offensive rebounds on that possession.
Yeah, too many second chances. I'd like to see the Rebels slow it down here and try to get a good shot, whether it's a jump shot or a layup. Let's get a good look at a basket.
That's
there
good
it
ball
is.
movement. Oh. There's another good look there. That's Surratt, number 4.
Yeah, good ball movement and good job controlling the passes, and that's what led to the bucket.
You know, when it works, it always looks so easy. It's Buckfield, number 15, with the good jump shot in the middle. Just can't get it to go. Good defense by the Rebels. Get their hand in the passing lane. Maybe Telstar ball out of bounds. For those of you listening, that corner's kind of a blind spot for me, so I can't see what actually happened over there. But
Rebels got trapped, a little push there, and now we're heading down. They're trying to get back on with another bucket. Get right back in the game.
Yeah, the Rebels trying to move the ball into the middle there to kind of break that zone defense that Buckfield seems to be in. Worked last possession.
Yeah, the Rebels are a different team this year than last. They lost their leading scorer, 1,000-point scorer last year. And so they need to kind of find themselves, and that's what these first few games are all about.
That's another good look. Yeah, that was Morgan Zetz, the 1,000-point scorer for Telstar last year. Rebels got 2 good looks on that possession, just couldn't get it to go.
Anytime a team loses a centerpiece like that, it's going to take a few games to rebuild and get back in the groove.
Absolutely, especially her skill set, wide range of skills.
Over the back there, I think, on the Bucks.
Yeah, that was good positioning there by the Rebels. On the inside to get the board. Quinn Coolidge draws that foul for the Rebels. "40 seconds here left in the first quarter for Telstar. The last couple possessions have looked a little better.
Yeah, ever since they brought in number 14, Addie Kimball, they've been moving the ball a little better.
So one thing that I've noticed with the Rebels, they seem to be exposing that basketball. Buckfield drives to the hoop. Good look, can't get it to go. And that was Finnegan for the Bucks with that drive. The Rebels seem to be kind of exposing the ball when they're holding it. Can you kind of... I think she stepped out of bounds. You know, what can the Rebels do to protect the ball better?
Yeah, we'd like to see them more in that what's called the triple threat position, where the ball's kind of at your hip, your waist, protecting it.
Nice pass into the post for Buckfield, and that's 15. Sarah Devon with another bucket for the Bucks.
But yeah, you'd like to see them get into that triple threat position where the ball's kind of secure around their waist and they're able to have 3 possibilities: dribble, pass, and shoot. And that's what will lead them to protecting the ball a little better and maybe move it around.
Yeah, it makes me think of, you never had Coach Barry when you were in school, did you? But
I did.
Oh, you did. So you probably heard the phrase, it ain't a loaf of bread. That's what he used to tell us when we would losing that ball. You hold on to that basketball. You don't have to hold it like it's a loaf of bread. You squeeze that ball. And I think the Rebels have got to work on that a little bit because they've, like you've said, they've exposed that basketball. And Buckfield has taken advantage of that here.
And if you're Coach Newell here after the first period, is that your message to the Rebels right now, is secure the basketball?
That would be my message, because that's the biggest difference in the game. I mean, it's a 7-2 game right now. The last 2 or 3 minutes, both teams have really got better looks, but Buckfield's had more opportunities. So. And for those of you still with us, we're being joined now by Mike Pelletier. We only have 2 mics, so hopefully you can hear all 3 of us as we talk. But
I think my mouth is as close as Danny's is.
Yeah, Buckfield with another bucket there. Sarah Devon, 15, I believe, with that one.
Yeah, she's their leading scorer. She's got 6 points now of their 9, so the Rebels need to find a way to contain her.
That's good stuff, Danny. Are you just remembering that, or are you writing that down?
We're keeping track here.
Rebels with another turnover. They did get the ball underneath that time, but Buckfield definitely seems to have settled down a little bit from the first few minutes of the game. And that's Haley Smith getting her hands in the passing lane there for Telstar.
Yeah, Mike, I know you only caught a couple minutes of the last quarter there, but what do you think? What are your early thoughts on?
Buckfield clearly has a size advantage, and they're executing quite well. They're trying to run a triangle offense, with the bigs inside.
Yeah, they were trying to go inside right there. They had an open man if they just a little more arc on that pass.
Telstar should utilize their. I think they have a quickness advantage. Have they been out? Did they get out in transition at all in the first half of that first quarter?
Not really. No, they've had some ball control problems. So
they struggled with that last year too when they did have size, but lots of times against any pressure they couldn't get the ball.
Yeah, and Buckfield's playing some sort of a 1-1-3 or a 2-3, and they're trapping up top, and that's creating a little chaos for the Rebels.
And number 2 for the Bucks, Taylor Harvey just checked in. Yeah, and I've noticed Buckfield is often double teaming the ball, and Telstar has a hard time with that pressure.
Yeah, when we were playing and I had Coach Thurlow, that would have been that play would have summoned a "don't foul somebody 90 feet from the basket" quote.
I think every coach says that. Don't waste them.
Yeah, and that foul for Telstar is on number 31, Lego.
More often than not, it's a frustration foul. The player that maybe makes a mistake on the offensive end is the one that makes that foul 90 feet from the basket. It just so happened at 31. Shot and missed. It was a decent shot, and then she tried to get it all back in one play.
Definitely been there and done that before.
I never have.
That's going to be a travel on the Bucks.
Yeah, Mike, earlier we were talking about Morgan Zetz and the Rebels losing her. What is that dynamic for a team when they lose a centerpiece like that?
I think it's troubling. It can be a little bit demoralizing, but I talked to Alec about it, and he said his girls have really rallied. They had a lot fewer girls, it seemed like, last year that were playing. I mean, you can't replace her or Kim. I think they're both close to 6 feet tall. Morgan obviously being a 1,000-point scorer. But there's her younger sister right there battling.
And the bucket's going to be good for the Bucks. That's 15 again, Sarah Devon.
How tall does it list Addie as? I bet she's going to be every bit as tall as Morgan by the time she's done. Does it give height?
No, we don't have heights, but
she is only a sophomore, so.
Yeah, no, I know. And then I saw Quinn on the floor earlier. I've coached Quinn a bunch in the rec program. And Quinn is not very tall, but she has a knack. She plays big. She's a good inside player, and I guarantee you before this game is over, you'll see what I'm talking about.
And it's going to be a travel on the Rebels, so the Bucks are going to get the ball back at half court here. 11-2 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
and Quinn's just a freshman?
I believe Quinn is a freshman, yes. Yep. And I think she started. I mean, she was on the floor when I walked in.
Yeah, she didn't start, but she
came in early.
Came in early, yeah. First one off the bench.
I like the aggressiveness, and I don't know all the names, but I think one of them is Haley, 15, and then number 4, or maybe I got it backwards, was one of them Haley and one of them Caddy. Is that how you say it?
Haley is 15.
Yep. And 4, is that Caddy?
4, we got Viv Charette.
Viv, yes. They're both very aggressive. I'd like to see them create more havoc defensively.
And that's 14. Alyssa Breton at the line for the Bucks.
Another tall girl.
Yeah, and those are the two, 14 and 15 are the two creating trouble for the Rebels.
Yeah. There's a nice crossover by Viv. That's a good look.
Well, you can't complain about the opportunity there. The Rebels get the ball back. I think one thing Telstar seems to be doing, they're trying to get the ball in the middle there, but I think they're forcing it sometimes when it's not there.
I don't disagree, and I think that's exactly what Buckfield wants them to do with those 3 bigs in the triangle.
Yeah.
It's a nice fight by number 10 for the ball. jump ball. It just feels good to be in the gym. Opening game for both the boys and girls. Expectations high.
Well, Mike, the gym looks great.
It needs some banners in here. It's a little bit bare.
But we can thank Clean Cut Painting for the painting job on this gym this summer. It definitely needed it, and it really makes a big difference. So. Oh.
We should have let that one go. It's hard to see, but I think that was off black before she tried to save it.
Got 2 and 11 checking in for Buckfield, so that's Taylor Harvey and Chloe Bennett checking in for the Bucks.
One of my pet peeves is not knowing scores when I tune into something. So right now we have 4 minutes and 50 seconds left, and it is Buckfield 12 and the Rebels 2.
And the Rebels have got some decent looks recently, but not been able to make them fall. Buckfield's capitalized on them.
I think losing Morgan and Karen, they were their 2 scorers. It's going to take some time for them to figure out who their go-to player is offensively. I don't know if they even know or if Coach knows at this point. Here comes Quinn, number 3.
And Maya Buck, I believe.
I love her near the basket. She's got a knack. She's a good rebounder, and she puts them back in pretty consistently.
Well, the Rebels could use some of that. That's a good drive by the Bucks there. Number 2, Taylor Harvey takes it to the bucket, but can't get it to fall.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, the Rebels, or the Bucks, excuse me, only have 1 team foul. And it was 90 feet from the basket, so I'd like to see the Rebels get inside and maybe get to the line.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
Up those numbers. I don't think the Telstar Rebels have taken a free throw yet today.
That's a foul.
Yeah, foul on number 2, Taylor Harvey for the Bucks. She's been very aggressive today. She's created a lot of those turnovers for the Bucks. She's doing a nice job getting a break here, but did a nice job at the point of that zone defense that they're playing.
She looks young, Danny.
She's a freshman. Yeah.
No, she's a freshman that's getting a lot of playing time.
Yeah.
Emma Hooper and Mitchell checking in for the Bucks.
Did he say Hooper?
I believe it was 12. Emma Hooper for the Bucks.
That's a lot of pressure playing basketball.
Right? Uh-oh. Looks like we're going to have a sub here for the Rebels. Number 12, Campbell, going in for 10, Adeline Koskela.
No, for 15, for Haley.
Oh, for 15, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Haley Smith coming out.
She got hit pretty hard. She's tough. I like her.
Yeah, she's all bandaged up before the game starts, so.
Means she's going hard in practice.
Good help side D there by Addie Kimball.
I think Telstar got a piece of that ball, I think.
Well, don't say that too loud.
Now, they may be catching a break there. Maybe I'm wrong. When we have instant replay on here, we'll be able to tell for sure.
So I'm not sure if the camera has picked up the comfy couch over on the sideline. I'm sure it has. But it's my understanding that Boosters has decided to bring that in, and I think they're having some type of raffle where someone wins, some fans win every single game to see who sits there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I wanted to go to the top bidder because I have a good feeling we would have had it a lot, but they said it wouldn't be fair. So it's going to raise money for Boosters, and the kids look like they're having fun. Not paying attention to the game at all, but having fun.
Yeah, it's a prime seat. But yeah, they did a raffle right before the game started.
That's what they did. Who won it?
Well, your girls are in it, so I'm thinking they must have.
Oh, that's what they're doing. Yes, that's a smart choice.
Yeah, maybe they're watching us on their devices. You know, we are streaming on YouTube and on. I'm not sure what channel we're actually on.
Why don't we check? Brooklyn, Malia, look over at us.
Channel 11. So we are on Channel 11 and on YouTube.
Oh, she did.
Channel 11, Western Hills Access Television?
Yes.
Nice job, Danny. Professional. Oh, that was... See, there's Quinn with the board. I'm telling you.
Buckfield got a good look, but the Rebels get the board. 12-2 here with 2:30 left in the second quarter.
Nice pass inside to Maya. Maya Buck. And a turnover.
Yeah, they've had a couple of those.
There's a walk there.
They've had a couple of those bounce passes where they've just got them right at the feet.
Deep three.
I think what you mentioned earlier, Andy, I think they're trying to get it to the top of the paint in the foul line area, and I think they're trying to score from there, but that's what Buckfield's looking for. I think they need another pass from there to the backside, short corner of the court, near the block area, and I think that would be open.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Rebels haven't got many looks inside the paint. A couple at the top of the key, but that's about it.
Again, this offense worked for Morgan because she was the tallest player on the floor when she got it there, but we're not in that situation anymore. They keep going the same thing over and over.
Yeah, and it's one, if the pass is there, then fine, make it. But if it's not, like you said, you've got to have that second or third opportunity. That's number 11 for Buckfield, Chloe Bennett with a bucket.
With a zone, typically you want to have a baseline runner, finding the soft spot behind the zone. And I think if they could put a scorer in that position and pass fake to that, you can see it right now, pass fake to that high post, they'll move towards the pass fake, and then you could hit it behind the zone.
Absolutely. That's number 22, Trenworth with the Bucks, with a bucket and a foul.
We got a pretty good crowd here for a 12 o'clock girls high school basketball game.
Yeah, just a few more, and they might have to pull in another section of bleachers.
I think it's because they heard the Whitney boys are going to be announcing the game.
Yeah, they all wanted to come to the game rather than watch it online.
Sure they didn't have to listen to it.
So Danny and I worked together, and for like 6 games, my daughters thought Danny was doing the game when it was you, Andy, the whole time.
Oh, well, it's a compliment for me because I'm younger, but, older. And Buckfield with that made free throw. Yeah, we get that a lot, and I always take it as a compliment. I figure Danny's going to take it as an insult since I'm 5 years older, so.
I love it when players get on the floor.
Jump ball going to go to the Rebels there.
Yeah, that's a win though if you're the D and you create that. Even if the Rebels get the ball back, you're still happy.
Sure, because the next one goes to your team. So, for those of you not familiar with high school basketball, unlike the NBA, they don't do an actual jump ball, they just alternate possessions.
Yeah, there's people open for the Rebels. It's just these traps
look at
are.
the spacing though. It's not good.
Like you were mentioning, Mike, the last couple of possessions, there's been people open on the baseline in the corner for Telstar.
They only have one player back there because they're protecting the foul line. So they got to either go foul line, short corner behind the zone, or pass fake to the foul line and skip to the short corner.
It's a foul on the Bucks there, number 31, it looks like.
Rebels down 17-2, 45 seconds left in the second period.
Well done, Danny. Yep. There's Quinn. There's my inside player. Oh.
I'll correct that. That was a foul on number 13 for the Bucks. I was kind of confused here because they had 31 on the scoreboard, but it was a foul on 13 for the Bucks. And this foul looks like it's on number 4 for the Bucks. That'll be Addison Smith. Telstar with the ball underneath their own hoop.
Little screen away. Nice seal by number 3. Nothing there. Adding nothing there, but it was off for Black.
Mike, as a former coach, what do you think Coach Newell's message is going to be at halftime with being down 17-2 like this? How can they get back in the game?
I'm hoping. So sometimes if you're a realist, you understand that, sometimes you're just maybe a little bit outmatched. So I don't think I focus necessarily on the overall score. I focus on trying to win the third quarter. And then the way I try to do that is defensively and making adjustments against that zone because they're not coming out of that zone. Unfortunately, Telstar doesn't have any significant threat from the three-point line, or at least it doesn't look like it at this point. So there's no reason for Buckfield ever to come out of that zone. So we've got to figure out how to get the ball behind it and then maybe just try to win the third quarter and go from there.
And was that a 5-second goal?
I'm not exactly sure what happened right there, to be honest with you. I couldn't couldn't quite hear what they were saying, but they gave the ball to the Rebels. Buckfield with a last-second shot, can't get it to go. And that's going to be halftime here with the Buckfield Bucks up 17-2. And we'll probably take a break and be back shortly at the end of the halftime break.
a lot of fun because that's what's gonna.
We're back here at Western Hills Access Television, Channel 11, and on YouTube at the Telstar High School Buckfield Bucks basketball game at Telstar High School. But Telstar has some work to do this half, but as you were talking, Mike, at halftime here, it's kind of about winning the quarter. I'm joined here, brother Danny Whitney and Mike Pelletier, both of Queen Cup Painting, who painted the gym for Telstar this year. And I'm Andrew Whitney, and we've got Brooks Morton and Josh on the camera.
Yeah, quick shout out to Brooks and Josh. They're the ones that do the hard work behind the scenes. We just get to do the fun stuff. So shout out to them, and also Jewel Clark, who plays a big role, and she's at a lot of games as well.
I know her fairly well, and she is at a family Christmas party today.
Yeah, Buckfield turns the ball over, so the Rebels with their first possession of the second half.
So, since I didn't see the start of the game because I had a little dog emergency. Oh, nice look inside. Is this the group that started the game right here?
I had 5, 14, 31, 4, and 1. So.
Yep.
The group, okay.
And Buckfield, looks like we have the starters for Buckfield as well.
So Telstar's already matched their first half scoring.
Yeah, and for the Rebels, it's really trying to find a way to contain Sarah Devon. She had 8 first half points, and she was really tearing it up inside the paint.
She 15 or 14?
15. 14, Alyssa Breton, and then 11, Chloe Bennett had 4.
Remind me to bring my glasses next time we do this. It's a nice tip by 14, disrupting the offense for the Rebels.
Just rough turnover there for the Rebels. Buckfield with a break, wide open layup. Can't get it to go, out of bounds.
So what you like to see, and I didn't see any quit or give up in the girls last year, but you just want to see, just regardless of the score, that they keep trying to fight, and they clearly are. Their intensity level is good.
Yeah, the pass was there, just Rebels just couldn't hold on to it that time.
And we'll keep going back to the winning the quarter, but right now the Rebels up 2-0 in this quarter, 17-4 overall.
I've coached both boys and girls basketball in my past, and the thing I just mentioned, by playing the same way regardless of the score, I feel like girls do that more often than boys. I think sometimes the boys are caught up in the scoreboard, and when they're in the game, they're all in it, and when they feel like it's out of reach, which you should never play the scoreboard, sometimes their effort can diminish a little bit, and I'm always looking at that.
This is 15, Devon at the line for Buckfield. Missed the first free throw. Rebels have yet to take a free throw this game.
That's never good.
Misses the second.
And I think the Bucks are shooting less than 50% from the line too. So.
Yeah, I've got them with 6 missed and 3 made free throws. So that's something they'll probably want to improve on as the year goes on.
Another rule of thumb that I always like to preach, we didn't often do it, but I wanted to make more free throws than my opponent attempted. And the way to do that, Danny, is how?
Get to the hole.
Get to the basket. Get to the basket and draw fouls.
That's something the Rebels have not done very well this first half so far.
No, that was... Can we criticize the refs? That was clearly tipped off number 15.
Well, Buckfield with another turnover underneath the basket, so the Rebels get the ball back.
Can we also comment on the incredible hairdos? We have 2 coaches with nice hairdos, kind of like myself, and both officials. So let's have a shout out for Bald. It's beautiful.
We're not there yet, but we probably will be someday. So
I fired it long before it quit.
I spent a lot of time making fun of my older family members for being bald, and I'm probably going to regret that in a few years. But
another basket there from Devon. She's up in double figures now with 10 points.
I think the key is if you shave it before it goes away, nobody will know when you're actually really bald.
I'll try to remember that. Looks like Buckfield's going to be going to the free throw line here again.
Rebels.
Oh, excuse me, the Rebels.
For the first time tonight, Rebels at the free throw line.
Let's see, that's Viv Charette, is that correct?
Yep.
She also plays extremely hard. I remember her from last year. I think we should have a cowbell for the first free throw made by Telstar.
Well, at least we got one attempted now.
Yes, there it is. Danny, can you make a cowbell sound?
I don't have my Joe Palmieri cowbell with us today.
Yeah, they're asking a lot from number 2. I think we talked about her in the first half as being she's a freshman. She's a menace defensively, and she's running the show offensively. It's a good sign for their future.
Yeah, I was going to say, anytime you get a freshman getting this many minutes in a varsity game is great for your program.
Especially as a point guard.
Nice pass underneath there to 14. Alyssa Breton.
Is that 10 for her? 10 out of 21?
No, that's...
Oh, it's the other one, 15?
I've only got 3 for Breton, but that's, of course, unofficial.
And Devon unofficially is already in double figures, actually.
15?
Yeah.
Rebels going to be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket here.
Rebels have already outscored their first half total, so that's a good sign.
That pass was there. She's just a little late with it. If she'd got
there. Come on, Addie.
Well, Telstar going to have... Oh, Buckfield going to have the opportunity now.
Yeah, the Bucks do a pretty good job getting their hands up, keeping their hands up, getting their hands in the passing lanes.
And Mike, that's something you guys would coach, right? Keep your hands up all the time.
I tried to have a reward system for deflections, like anybody, just any type of tip you can do, just to disrupt the flow of their offense.
2 more for Breton.
14. Rebels trying to make that center foul line pass. Yeah, lucky to get it back.
I think I heard you mention skill set earlier, Danny, before I got up here. What were you talking about skill set? What were you referring to?
I don't remember.
Foul is going to be on 15 for Buckfield.
Maybe were you referring to when we were talking about the triple threat position?
Maybe. I heard skill set, and I like the term, and unfortunately, just watching the game, Telstar's skill set. They're scrappy and they're fighting, but their skill set is just not at the same level.
I think if I recall correctly, Danny, you were talking about how they maybe needed to move the ball quickly and operate. They didn't have the height that they had in the past.
Oh, that's it. That's a 3.
Nice bucket there from number 31.
Lego for the Rebels going to the line.
I like getting excited about simple things. Like another thing that we would try to preach and reward and go crazy over is an old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple chances at him, but
this could be it.
Just a little off.
So we're halfway through the third, 23-7 Bucks.
And why do they call it the old-fashioned three-point play for the people who may not know?
Well, since the three-point line wasn't even in high school basketball until my freshman year, which was 1988, they didn't have a 3, so the only way to make a three-point play was to drive or shoot, get fouled, and then score your free throw.
So that must have been a little bit of an adjustment period when you went from middle school to high school and added that three-point line?
It certainly was. It was a big adjustment.
Something that Danny and I never had to do, so.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you feel older.
I don't actually feel old. I feel great. That's a foul.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're again, the theme of this half is win the quarter, and right now this quarter it's 6-5 Bucks, but the Rebels with a chance to tie it up or take the lead for this quarter.
It's clearly much more competitive. I think their defense has been better. Buckfield's well coached. I think they get about as much as they can out of their talent, or at least what I've seen so far. it's hard for us watching. I mean, I didn't watch a ton of girls games last year, but being in a new division this year, being in a Class D and we're not in the Mountain Valley Conference anymore. Every time we see a team, it's going to be our first time.
Yep.
Unless we're junkies and we're going to Vinyl Haven on a weekend.
Yeah.
Which I'm not.
Yeah, we'll probably be trying to see if they have it broadcast from Vinyl Haven. But
I'll be going this year. I'm not going to miss too many boys games. And girls, since they play together. That's actually, I kind of like that too.
Yeah, I was talking with Mark Kenny from Telstar, and that was something I mentioned I like. Because we can do the boys and the girls games. And, it's too bad. I guess they're doing that because they don't have a JV program for the girls, I believe. But
I just think that's the way the Class D does it in general. It's, as long as the JV squads, I mean, it looks like they have enough kids that they could do something. Yeah. I know the boys have enough. As long as they're getting games in also, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah. It's me number 1. Maya Buck at the line.
That looks good.
Yep.
Great rotation, nice arc.
Let's do that one more time.
I want to know if that was, no offense, Maya, I want to know if that was luck or if we'll tell right now if this is close. It's the same thing. No, she has a nice release.
Yeah, just a little hard on that one, but.
Nice pass, Maya again. There we go. There's an old-fashioned three-point play. You get a one free throw, miss the second, get the rebound, and make 2.
Rebels now into double figures, 23-10. 3 minutes to go here in the third. And yeah, this almost looks like a different team.
I think Telstar's pressing here. See how the Buckfield Bucks can handle that extra pressure. Once they break the press, no issue there.
They'll recover. Yeah, they just had a little man press that they put in.
Yeah, the danger when you're the defending team and you press is that you get beat up.
Bro, there's a steal. Oh.
Got away with a little bump there.
So Addie Kimball just got the rebound. She's probably our tallest player, and she brought the ball down to the guards that can rip it from her. Luckily, she got away with it, but you got to teach the bigs when they get it, keep it high, turn fast, and get an outlet.
Yeah, keep it where us short guys can't reach it.
Yeah.
Keep it above your shoulders.
And move it. Move it. People don't like it when it's moving around because there are other body parts like elbows and such. Not that you're trying to hit anybody with them, but you're protecting the ball and you move it.
And isn't that the key to getting out in transition is a quick rebound and then look ahead?
Certainly is. One of the best, we're really going to date ourselves right now, but the best rebounders, at least in the NBA on the boys' side, they would start transition because half the time they would rebound. That's a nice pass inside and a nice look.
Webber with the finish there.
Telstar has 10 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, really nice halftime adjustments made by Coach Newell and the team here.
But they'll rebound and they'll turn towards their basket 180 degrees so they're seeing an outlet before their feet even hit the ground. And it's really not that hard of a move to make, and it makes a huge difference.
Buckfield with a good look underneath, but can't get it to go.
Nice strip. That's a strip. That's a great call by that ref. What's her name?
31. Lego.
I think it's easy for the official to call that a foul, but as you said, that's a good call because they had their Lego had her hands on the ball.
I'll throw it on you, Danny.
Lego's wide open underneath.
Is it Tasia? If we're butchering it,
Buckfield
we'll
with
fix
a steal and a push.
That could go offensive. She was moving though. That was a nice try.
So they've kind of adjusted that rule, especially in the NBA. But is the rule in high school still you have to have your feet set?
You do. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. I think if you have position and you're not changing like directly in front of them, but you're staying on your line, I think you can get an offensive foul. We're going to say Tasia for right now. She's had a great third quarter. And she's the one that got the strip. Lots of times players want to try to block you when you're at your peak, but if you get a strip while they're bringing it up through the pocket, it's an easy place. It's just like a block. And lots of times their momentum of bringing the ball up, if you just put your hand in there without slapping and just hold it strong, the momentum of them bringing the ball up to shoot will knock the ball out of their hands.
This is 15. Devon at the line for Buckfield.
Coming in for Tasia Lego, who again had a great third quarter.
And makes the second one. Buckfield still struggling from the line. but has a 24-12 lead here over the Rebels.
Okay, got advantage because she went for a steal and
Just a little higher off the glass, and that's going to go for Telstar. Nice look underneath for the Bucks there.
that was too easy.
That's 15-14 when Addie Kimball for, looking at the wrong score sheet, Alyssa Breton for the Bucks.
And you mentioned Lego having a good half for the Rebels, but Breton's having a nice half for the Bucks. She's got 6 points already.
It's going to be out of bounds on the Bucks in the corner. Going to be side out for Telstar.
Get that first. Let's get a trap.
And what was the halftime score? I know we had 2. What did they have? 21.
17-2 at half.
2.
Bucks with a score.
Quinn, they're not taking it from Quinn. I'm telling you.
Bucks initially with the steal, but the Rebels grab it back, and it's going to be 3. Quinn Coolidge going to the line for Telstar. 2 shots. Still a little short. So the Rebels are winning so far this quarter. Of course, not winning the game, but they are winning the quarter so far.
So let's just stall for the last 57 seconds. We can have a small victory. Nice
The Rebels
rebound, Addie.
offensive rebound from Telstar. That's going to drive any head coach crazy. It's out of bounds on the Rebels. Side out for Buckfield.
We talked about some of the class changes and stuff earlier. Do you know if the standings and stuff still revolve on heel points?
Yes, they do. Yep.
That's 15.
They're too big for a
Yeah, good look underneath. Yeah, Buckfield definitely dominating
That
the paint.
freshman. I knew that layup was in. If you're a freshman starting, you make layups.
I think that's her first points, but she's had a big impact on this game.
She's a tough little player.
That's Taylor Harvey for the Bucks with that last bucket. Telstar with a traveling violation at half court.
Telstar's going to need a stop and a bucket if they want to win this quarter, like we've been talking about.
15 seconds left here.
It's a good take. She's had a big quarter.
That's Alyssa Breton again, number 14 for the Bucks with a drive and a score.
For Telstar's sake, is she a senior?
She is a junior. A good clock awareness there by 22 to get that shot off. That's Trenworth for the Bucks, but it didn't go. So we said that Telstar was winning the quarter, but the Bucks changed that in the last minute.
Yeah, they came back, had a nice finish to the quarter, and they're up 30-12 after 3. 1 quarter to play. And Mike, what's your message to the team if you're Coach Newell right now?
More the same. So I think the score was 13-10 that quarter. All right, so I'm going to build on that, and I want to finish it and win this quarter. Defensively, hold on. I have a little kid asking me for $20, and I have no idea who she is.
That's always a good sign.
I'm on the radio right now, or whatever, TV. I'll be back to you in 1 second. All right, I give in.
Well, it's hard to tell a little girl no when they're asking for money.
Hey,
right?
I want my change.
So we're about to start the 4th quarter here at Telstar. Buckfield up 30-12, and you were talking about the message for the Telstar Rebels.
You're going to hear me talk about it a lot because I talked to Coach Kimball on the boys' side a lot about 10-point quarters. So I preach in the boys' side, if you can hold your opponent to 10 or less, that's a huge victory. I would be probably on the girls' side. I would be thinking like 8-point quarters. If we can hold them to 8 points this quarter and put up another 10 spot, I would be happy with the second half, and we can build on that.
And it also, if you're Coach Newell and scores 30-12 heading into the 4th, do you think this is an opportunity to maybe get some time for some other kids, see what the rest of your team has, try some different rotations, stuff like that?
Maybe a few, but I'm guessing at this point he's pretty comfortable knowing who his best players are. and I think they need to get more playing time together as well. So maybe a little of that, but this group has not played together a lot because last year, like you talked about earlier, they had Karen Marshall and Morgan Zetz. So I think they needed the time just as much.
It was 15 Devon with the Bucks with that last bucket for them. Telstar with a side out. And Buckfield with another steal. Breakaway layup. No good. Good defense there by the way. Good job by Telstar not to foul on that.
Very nice job.
Looks like the Bucks have their starting 5 out there. Rebels are close, but a couple of small changes. Looks like McPherson's in for...
Yeah, I don't remember Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct.
I think that's it, isn't it, Danny?
I think so. I'm not sure who. I'm trying to...
It's 13 Emma McPherson in for Telstar.
Yeah.
Maya's not on there.
Yeah, so she started.
Yeah, so McPherson's playing for Maya. I recognize number 5. She looks like a Cooper for Telstar.
Yeah, Riley
Cooper. I recognize her because her
Buckfield with a
father
steal
was my
and a layup.
classmate. And she
No
looks just like
good.
him.
Wide open layup missed by
She's
Buckfield.
a senior.
She's a senior, yeah.
That was a good steal by Bennett. Just couldn't make it. Just couldn't finish it.
So if I were coaching the girls basketball, either one of these two teams, I really would pay attention to the guard play, and I would watch the ball handlers, and I would see if they can dribble in both hands. I would pay attention if they can dribble with their head up, and if neither one of those things were true, I would force them to put the ball in their left hand, and I would never let them get it back to the right side of the floor. And I would dictate where the offense starts simply by doing that. And as good as number 2 is, she's starting as a freshman for a reason. Buckfield does not have great ball. They have great height, but not great ball handlers. I would pressure more, especially with number 4 for Telstar, number 5, and number 15.
And this is Trenworth at the line for Buckfield. Missed the first free throw.
Every time.
And missed the second one. So Buckfield continues to struggle from the line, but
Devon
with the rebound.
I think it's their plan because they just get the offensive rebound and make a layup.
Yeah, Devon's got at least 12 now, maybe even 14.
Yeah, it looks like I've got an unofficial for 14 and 22 with a steal. Looks like Trenworth is going to be going back to the line for Buckfield.
I think the Rebels are starting to maybe show a little bit of fatigue here as well, but the Bucks have rotated their players a little more, so they look a little fresher. But
yeah, Telstar struggled to get back on the last few possessions, and that definitely can be a sign of fatigue. Number 1 and number 3 checking in for Telstar. It's Maya Buck and Quinn Coolidge.
I wanted to go back in the time machine for just a moment. I think, Andy, back in maybe around 2004, 2005, you had Coach Newell as your coach?
Yes, I did. We had him for one season, and then he went across town. So I can't forgive him for that, but we've got to have him back here. So
I was watching that, and prior to having you, Andy, he did have hair, and I know when he went to Gould that following year, there was no hair there anymore. I don't know if that's related at all to you and that experience, or
it very well could be. I've definitely known to have my coaches pull some hair out for sure. I mean, my father's bald, so between Danny and I'm sure that we're responsible for a good portion of that. I think about it, I think Mark Thurlow is the only coach I had who did have hair, so.
And actually, he just walked in the building.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. I don't think there's any danger of him ever losing it. Look at that, Tom.
And speaking of, and speaking of Mark is actually a former coach of both these teams, the Rebels and the Bucks.
That is true.
Number 4.
I think that's the first three-pointer made, or at least the first one that I've seen.
That is. It might even be the first one taken. I think the Rebels took a couple, but.
Addison Smith for the Buckfield Bucks with the 3-point range. A little showing her inner Caitlin Clark there.
I don't think Haley Smith has been back in since she got hurt early in the third quarter. In fact, she's taking off her wraps. I don't know if she got hit in the head and it's a concussion safety protocol type of thing, but she has not been on the floor, has she?
I don't think so, no, and she's a senior for the Rebels. So.
She's tough.
So hopefully we can square that away before the next game.
And maybe get an injury update for you between games here. Telstar with the inbounds underneath their basket.
See Quinn
Wide open.
Yeah, good little V cut there from Quinn.
That's off the back.
Nice. Viv Charette.
So one does a nice job for them, switching hands. Oh, there's nice little scoop. She crosses over. She can't do that.
You can't be out of bounds, come back in bounds, and be the first one to touch the ball, correct?
Yes.
But sometimes it just happens.
That almost hit her. She kind of didn't have a choice there. But she does a nice job crossing over, changing directions. I think she's the best ball handler out of either team on the floor.
So, Mike, you were talking about forcing, people to their weak side, their weak hand. What are the things that you can do?
They have with 2 straight buckets.
What can you do on the court to actually do that?
So, I even preach it on the boys' side. People don't like to go left. Very few players in high school basketball are comfortable with their left hand. So what you do is you overplay, and I overplay straight up. So I don't angle them to the left. I overplay by just getting on their right shoulder, and it forces them to put the ball in their left hand. And as soon as they do, you get on their right hip, and you keep it there, and you never reach. You just force them to feel the pressure, and eventually they will make a mistake. Either you'll get it or your teammates will get it.
Okay.
That's a nice pass by one. I don't know if I haven't been paying attention, but did one just come into? Did she show up late?
Yeah. One just came in and scored a bucket a minute ago, and I think that was 23 for the Bucks that scored the last one here.
She's a good ball handler. She's a good passer. Her head is always up.
Yeah, she looks like she's a senior for the Bucks, but
And she just got a steal. Has she played up to this point?
she played a little bit in the first half, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if she's disciplinary reasons or what, but she's a good player.
Yeah, I think she had some good looks in the first half, but they just didn't fall.
No, she can do everything. She's tall like the other two, but she can dribble. She's a good passer.
I think Telstar wasn't particularly happy with that call, but Bucks with a good inbound.
See what I'm talking about? Number 3.
Coolidge with the
Block.
steal.
Draws the foul.
Foul on 13 for the Bucks. Page wide.
Oh, can I say that?
We got about 3 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the fourth. 42-16 Bucks.
Well, we are the home team broadcast crew, so I mean,
Okay, good.
We're not a 4-letter network.
Good.
We're not supposed to be impartial, I don't think.
So, what I also look for, and we'll pay attention to this when we watch the boys. Look at players when they get the ball. If the first thing you should do, she does it. Watch her head is up. You see the rim, and then you see everything else in your peripheral. You don't. That's what you look for. And if you see a player do that, you know that they're skilled. They get the ball, they turn, and they look at the rim. They don't look left side, right side. They look at the rim, and they see everything else. And you know they're a threat. If they're doing that, they're a threat. They can play.
Some of the
Buckfield with a traveling violation there, and the ball's going to go to the Rebels. Just a couple little shuffle steps on as she went to shoot the ball.
And on the flip side, if they're not doing that, then you attack them. You try to expose them defensively.
Another travel there, just those shuffle steps. You got to put the ball down first.
crowd's starting to build here as we get prepped for the boys' game. And then
keep an eye on Dave Barry. I feel like he's trying to move in on those kids on the couch and take it over. I know he's limps a little bit. He might think it's pretty comfortable to watch the game and that. So let's really focus in and make sure he doesn't box them out.
You know, if he sits in the couch, I'm concerned he won't be able to get out of it, though.
We'll have to pull him. We'll put a winch on this side over here and we'll just crank him up.
It might be fun to get Coach Barry's also a former coach for the Rebels. It'd be fun to get Coach Barry and Coach Thurlow in that couch.
Yes.
We could get some good commentary from that.
Or even better, up here, we can take a break.
Yeah. So that was the coaching duo for me when I was in high school for at least, I think, 2 years, was Coach Thurlow and Coach Barry. And it was an experience.
Yeah.
And I had Coach Thurlow for all 4 years, and Coach Barry for a couple. So
I think Coach Thurlow took over 2 years after I graduated. So I'm guessing 93, maybe, I believe.
Yeah, he had a couple stints here, and then I think maybe around 2015, 16, somewhere in there, he transitioned to Buckfield for a few years.
2015, because I believe I followed him in 2015. So yes, yep. 2014 was his last year here.
And how many years did you coach here?
I don't remember. I think 6 seasons. 6 seasons, and then COVID happened, and I have little girls, and they weren't allowed to come into the gym anymore for practicing, and it was time to change.
Yeah, so we have a lot of former Rebel coaches in the house tonight.
And that was Viv Charette for Telstar with the last 2 made free throws. Bring Telstar up to 4 for 4 from the line, and if you're Buckfield, that's definitely an area you want to improve on. I've got them at 10 misses and 5 makes for the free throw line.
Look at Quinn call for the ball in there.
Well, you were saying, Mike, she definitely holds her own underneath the basket.
That's the problem, though. She has to get it up quick.
I think she has the skill set to play underneath.
She doesn't. She seals. She calls for it. She holds him off with one arm and calls for it with the other hand. See, look how comfortable one is with it. Oh, that was a little stutter step.
Decent look for the Bucks. Just can't get it in.
Yeah. Sorry, Danny. 14 scored the most points today, but I'm telling you right now, by the end of the season, number 1's their best player.
Travel there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks scored most of their points inside, but this fourth quarter in particular, they've actually gotten a few good looks at threes.
So if you're Coach Thurlow and you're at this game, who do you have to root for?
He better root for Telstar.
That's what we would hope for.
He's standing on the Telstar side. His son-in-law coaches Telstar boys.
Well, that's true.
He better go.
And both his kids are Telstar alumni. I don't think he has much choice, but maybe we can get him up here and
he'd probably root for Buckfield when they're not playing Telstar.
I think if we get him up here, we all 3 can leave because we won't get a word in anyways.
So if you don't know Coach Thurlow, he is from that general West Paris area, and we played baseball for a long time, and we played a Bethel versus West Paris game. And Coach Thurlow just coached third base for both teams the whole game.
And probably didn't stop talking.
No, I don't think he did.
In fact, he's still talking about it. Can we get a close-up of Coach Thurlow over there? Let's give him some love. There he is. Look at that hair.
I would be ecstatic if I could have that head of hair when I was his age.
Yeah, talking. Look, let's see how much the other 3 do the talking. I'm banking none.
And Buckfield with a 3-point attempt there. That's 13. Paige Bly for the Bucks.
Yeah, I don't know if that was their strategy or if that's just how it ended up, but they've shot the ball from outside a lot more this half.
Telstar forgot that they needed somebody to inbound the ball too. 45-18 here in favor of the Bucks. So Telstar had a good third quarter offensively, but the Bucks have definitely dominated the game.
Yeah, the Bucks are just making shots right now.
We can hang on that third quarter.
Yeah. Well, the fourth quarter, I do think you mentioned it earlier. Fatigue played a role. The Bucks have had a lot of breakaway layups.
Yes, I don't think the girls have given up. I think you're right. I think they got tired.
And that's the game, 47-18 in favor of the Bucks. We'll bring you your unofficial scoring here. You want to go, or do you want me to go?
Mine, I lost track there.
All right,
so.
well, I'll go for the Bucks. I've got 2 points for Finnegan. I've got 2 points for Harvey, 6 points for Addison Smith, 4 points for Chloe Bennett, 3 points for Paige Bly, 9 points for Alyssa Breton, 14 points for Devon, 3 points for Trenworth, and 2 points for Zawinski. I don't have the Telstar scoring, and of course this is unofficial, so.
Yeah, I don't really either. I think Lego probably led them, but I did not track that. So. Well,
we'll try to improve that on the next, but we'll be back here in probably 10 or 15 minutes for the boys' high school varsity basketball game. Telstar Rebels against the Buckfield Bucks.